It's Monday morning, let's do a stream, and let's not be mean. Let's talk about some things that you mean. I am the one who will do the stream today. I am the one. Sorry, I don't know how to keep that going. Alright, hey guys. Hey Carol. Hey Smokey. Finally got around to changing that name. Did you? I remember Smoky Quartz. Was it something else? Yeah, either way, welcome back. Hey Introverted Dinosaur. Hey Nolan. So yeah, it's Monday. Taking it pretty easy today. Spent the weekend kind of relaxing with Amada. Played some D&D. That was fun. Man. Hey Ace. And I'm a little. Actually, I'm not feeling too bad, to be honest. TBH. Not feeling too bad. I think I'm not drinking enough water. I spent all day yesterday kind of coughing. Doing a lot of this kind of dry, and the more I'm thinking about it, the more it makes me want to do it. But today I'm drinking a little more water. I had some tea, and I feel a little bit better. So I was gonna go to the doctor about it, which I should do anyways. I haven't been to the doctor in more than a year, so realistically, I should go to the doctor regardless. Irregardless, as some people say, and I hate it. Hey Lapis Lazuli. Miss you overload. Weird. Alright. That's cool. I get it. Yeah, okay. Miss you. Bye. Doing homework and have like 3 essays to do. Help. What are your essays about, Smoky Quartz? Let's make up some essay stuff right now. 4 days till Joker comes out. Also good to hear you're recovering. Yeah, it's a slow road. What are you gonna do? It's been a while since I've been to one of these streams. Well, welcome back, Introverted Dinosaur. You're an introvert. You can't be expected to make it out to every single one of them. Hey, Tony. Hey, did I say hey to Carol? Hey, Carol. You're all the way up there at the top, even above my kind of YouTube warning thing. But yeah, like, I went to Strategicon like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I got this cold, and I couldn't shake it, and just been kind of waiting for the congestion to go away. And I was feeling a little bit better by the time Nerd Expo rolled around. And sure enough, the band was like, hey, you want to do a song with us? And I was like, yeah, let's do the song where I scream a lot with my already shitty feeling throat. And so I sort of destroyed a part of me that is now taking even longer to recover. So that's rough. And it's you know, it's a slow recovery all the time. It's super fucking all the time. My CF is getting the better of my body. Oh, cystic fibrosis. Right. I remember that. I'm sorry to hear that. That's what is it? What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Ongoing disease. Or ongoing affliction, I should say. It is chronic. Chronic. Yes, I was going to say another word, which is much worse. But yes, chronic afflictions are the worst. Because if you have pain all the time, it makes you want to think about ways not to be in pain. And that gets dark real fast. Let's see. One English one about bullying leading to suicide. Okay. 2, Irish about school. And 3, history. It's about how the Catholic Church had a huge arm that killed a lot of people. You really want to try and help? I mean, man, that's a lot of heavy essays. Those aren't light reading. Chronic illness. Right, Tony. I was gonna say a different word, and it was the wrong word. So let's talk about bullying. Yeah, I'm sure you're having to do a lot of research and cite sources and stuff, but I would definitely start that bullying essay with, hey bro, let's rap about bullying, and then I would say something like, if I were your tough but fair gym teacher, you would see me pull up a chair and turn it backwards right now to have a heart-to-heart with you and all my students about what the effects of bullying can have on yourself and those that you are bullying. I would not write any of that. Don't write any of that. I mean, all three of the things that you are writing about are worth taking seriously. And the Catholic Church killing people, I think that one, yeah, I think that's a good subject. I think there's a lot of people that don't realize how sort of brutal the Christian sects are. Like, I think there's a lot of people out there under the impression that, like, you know, there's all these other religions aside from Christianity are doing all these incredibly destructive things, and then like, well, but the Christians are fine, and it's like, what about the Crusades though? What about all the like inquisitions and all that stuff? Like, you know, Christians and Catholics and the different churches and the different sort of extremist organizations that have come out of separate religions have really put a pretty dark stain on everyone who claims to be doing what they're doing for whatever god they worship, and it leaves a bad taste in the mouths of people like who just want to do the right thing and serve whatever forces control good and right in the world. And I think it needs to be said, because it needs to be clarified. Like, it's not bad to be religious, but it's always worth questioning. Like, if I'm being told that like I have to do something that seems harmful in order to serve the God that you're telling me about, like, maybe I need to look at that and integrate it into my moral decision making, more so than trying to figure out how I can be unquestioning. I don't know. I'm really worried. Inktober starts tomorrow. Introverted dinosaur, that's a great point. Should I participate in Inktober? I think I should. Man, I should do a drawing a day in October. An inked drawing per day. Huh. We'll see. Remind me tomorrow on Twitter or something, and maybe I'll do some inked drawings. Do not try and make my essays like a 90s rap with a really bad camera quality. Hey, Smokey, you came here. You came to me. And if we're going to do this, we're going to do this 90s style, because that's where I came from. And that's the kind of guy I am. They say when you're 7 years old, you have the personality you're going to have for the rest of your life. Well, guess what? 1990s when I turned 7. So that was the beginning of the end for all the y'all. Let's see what people are saying about this. Come on. Hit tanks, man. Alright, well, people are saying things, and I don't know. I don't know how to do this anymore. Whatever. Okay, that's the thing, though. It's Irish history where we get deep into history and take all the skeletons out of the closet. Yeah, I mean, Ireland, I think, is one of those, is a place that sort of prides itself on, hey, you know what? If you're gonna make a public declaration of this, I'm gonna feel free to say, that's bullshit, because we're Ireland and that's what we do. We're trying to get up on our feet from a lot of weird treatment, unfair treatment, and you know, I'm sure there's bad shit going on within Ireland, but still, like, I think Ireland takes a pretty strong stand against like logical fallacies and other stuff. Although sometimes it's also done in sort of a brutal and violent way, as is demonstrated by the IRA Man, I come from a family that's descended, I think, like third generation Irish Americans, and got some weird viewpoints. My Irish half of the family has some weird viewpoints on what Ireland's all about, and it's funny to sort of see real Irish people weighing in on Irish politics, because American East Coast Irish people kind of play this tough guy game where they're like, oh yeah, you know, this was how it should have been done, and and it's like, you don't fucking know what it's like to live in Ireland. So I look forward to maybe seeing how your essay turns out, Smoky Quartz. So, all right. Sorry about all the hearts. Just miss you a lot. How are you doing? And the others doing good. Lapis Lazuli, glad you're here and so enthusiastic with all the colors and hearts, and heart stars and rainbows, clovers and blue moons. I'm currently on a transplant list for new lungs. Jesus, Tony, new lungs. Whew. That's real crazy. That's the thing, though. Okay, I can make a religion out of that. Inktober, I don't want to be alone. Well, I'll tell you what. Inverted dinosaur. That could be the first thing you ink, is an inverted dinosaur. Psy-dinosaur. Yeah, keep tagging me in your Inktober daily submissions, and I'll try to match you. I did that with Blank Slate with some of the fan art stuff. And I was doing all right. I went a couple days, so if we could do a whole month of me being able to ink stuff, I'll be pretty proud of myself, and I'll be proud of you too for us keeping up with each other. Forgot about Inktober. Too busy thinking about NaNoWriMo. I don't know what NaNoWriMo is. That's a lot of writing, right? That's like a daily writing exercise. Oof. That's something I should be doing too. You come to Bill and you're gonna get that 90s vibe, Tony. That's right. Sort of doing Inktober. I'm doing the drawings, although I'm not overly confident in posting them. Well, Ace, if you want to post them and tag me in them, I'm always going to be happy to see your stuff, and I'm never going to give you unsolicited advice on your stuff, because I'm a bad, what's the word? I'm a bad student of art, in that I do whatever I want to do, and then when people have criticisms for me, unless I've specifically gone to them for criticism, I don't want it. I don't want to hear their thoughts on it. I don't want to hear what they would have done with it, what they think I could do with it. Like, I just did it, and it's done, as far as I'm concerned. And unless somebody wants to pay me to revise it, I'm moving on to the next thing. And it's undisciplined, and it's I don't know. It's kind of immature as far as like, oh, I'm an artist and stuff. I'm open to criticism if anyone. Like, I'm not open to criticism, especially not on the internet. So when I see people do things that they didn't have to do and submit it, I take them at face value and say, you know what? They drew it on their own because they wanted to draw good. That's the learning experience that they asked about. And that's the learning experience that they needed, and that's it. So, forgot about Inktober. Doing Inktober. If I get older and turn out being bisexual and transgender, will you accept of who I am? I'm still young. Just want to know. I want to dress up as a boy, scared of what my family will say. Yeah, Lapis Lazuli, like, you don't have to worry about me. I mean, we see each other once a week, and by see each other, I mean I see the words that you type onto a computer, and I absolutely support any way that you want to dress, or any way that you're, I don't even know the words for this, any way that you know that you are, and you want to, and you need to say, hey, this is who I am. That's not for me to question, or for me to stop, like, talking to you. Like, yeah, of course, you're who you are, and you should say who you are, and you should be who you are. As far as your family's concerned, or your close friends at home, like, I don't know. I don't, because I can understand if you want to say something that's true and they don't want to accept it and they want to do something that's more of punishment towards you for you being like, hey, this is who I am and this is who I'm gonna be from now on. And they say, well, you can't live in our house anymore. If you think that that's something that your parents or your loved ones or your friends are gonna say, well, we can't be friends anymore, and that's something you need in your life, is that friendship or that relationship. I'm also not gonna be like, screw them, like, screw your parents. You don't need that. You might need them. Like, so make the decisions based on the people closest to you and your personal needs. Read the room a little bit, feel it out, and then commit. I'm not even gonna say commit, because you might be someone today and someone else tomorrow and someone else the next day, and you could be someone different every day who has a different identification as far as sexuality and gender and expression and stuff. Like, so I'm all about it. Of course, I'm living in Los Angeles, and that's sort of a much more commonplace occurrence here, is for people to be like, hey, this is who I am now. And everyone's like, cool. Excuse me if I don't immediately address you in the correct way, but I'll do my best. I have a few friends and acquaintances who go by they them, who go by different he or she, or they dress in one way that might make a very sort of gender binary person say, like, oh, I see a dress, I'm gonna say she her, and you find out that that's not the way that person wants to be addressed. But my point is that here it's a lot more common to find people who are like, oh, okay, cool, I respect that, correct me if I go in the wrong direction with it. So yeah, do your thing, Lapis Lazuli. I don't know. Be careful, though. If you're nervous about telling someone who and how you are, tread cautiously, because there are people who will get unreasonably upset out there about the choices that you make with your life and your body and your identity. And those people, while you don't need to necessarily stay near all of them who would treat you badly. Some of them are in your life whether you like it or not, and it's not worth undergoing harm to try and, like, I don't know, maybe it is, I don't know, it's your call, but just don't take a stand that's not worth it for you. Just be safe and be comfortable and be strong. It's a tough road to walk down. Let's see. What else? Try and look up the 1916 Rising Peace Treaty. It was the war between Ireland and England, and now it's coming back to bite us. And now Northern Ireland has been taken over. Ugh. Yeah, the relationship between Ireland and the UK is complicated. And when I went to the UK, it became very clear, like, I was walking around as an idiot American and being like, oh yeah, Ireland, the UK, and people are like, no, it's the UK and their neighbor Ireland. Like, they're not the same thing. Be sure you don't start saying that Ireland, or like you mentioning that you think that Ireland is part of, like, the UK, because it's not. Like, it's definitely not. Yeah, it's I would love to look it up. I most likely will not, because I just don't do much reading about anything. Cystic fibrosis affects mainly the lungs and pancreas. Well, Tony, I mean, hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, you just want you to feel better. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't know. National Novel Writing Month. 30 days, 50,000 words. 1,667 words per day. It's a lot of words. That's like what? Is it 200 words per page? It's like 10 more than. It's like 13 pages, 8 pages a day, right? Something like that. Please criticize my art. I need it. No, introverted dinosaur, you don't need it. You need more practice. No matter what the criticism is, the outcome is you need more practice. Like, and by need, I mean in order to get better as an artist, you should practice more. If it's your anatomy, if it's your perspective, if it's your positive and negative space balance, like whatever it is, just practice more. You don't need my criticism. You need to look at your own art and say like, I'd like to be able to do hands better. I'd like to be able to do hair better or whatever, buildings, vehicles. Like, that's just up to you deciding one day that you're going to draw 100 cars, speed sketch 100 cars, or speed sketch 100 apartment buildings, or whatever it is. But I'm always the guy that's going to be like, hey, great job practicing. And never going to be like, oh, well, you know, if you try to look at this artist and see how he does this, blah, 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 because I don't fucking care. Like, you're going to develop in your own way. Having a great day. Hey, Janice, well, thanks, and I hope you're having a great day, too. Lindsay, hi. I'm doing good. I do have a pet. Her name is Pretty Good Cat. She's a pretty good cat. She's in her bed right now, sleeping. You can barely see her because the bed's almost the same color as her. Hold on, let me get this. Just, if I turn a little. See, right near that pillow, there's a little kitty cat. She doesn't care. She's right there. That's a cat. She just doesn't want to talk right now. And by talk, I mean she doesn't want to get up and walk around and let you guys know that she looks like a cat. My friend is going to come to his parents as trans and pan this weekend. His adoptive parents are really hardcore Christian and are probably going to kick him out. He's going to live with my other friend. Ugh. That's hard to hear, introverted dinosaur. Like, I can't imagine that. I don't know what age you are, but I mean, if you're in high school getting kicked out of the house, like, there's no one that's going to hire you to make a living wage as a 17-year-old. Like, it's not like you can just strike out on your own, and no one's going to give you an apartment either. You don't have any credit. So it's like you have to be an adult in order to make anything work. Like, you just, you know, you get kicked out of the house as a high school kid, you're just a homeless kid. Like, and yeah, you can move in with a friend, but even that, like, people offer sometimes or will grant you the favor of living in their house, but I mean, more times than not, that gets old. And people are like, hey, I know you've been living here for like a couple of months, but we need you to get out. Like, and that conversation happens way too often where it's like, you're helpless, so here's a burden that you have to take on. Like, grow up fast, that's all. So that's gonna be, I hope that goes way smoother than you're anticipating in Introverted Dinosaur for your friend. Opinion: Oreos. Jade, whatever. I mean, if you've got milk on hand, I'll eat like 2 or 3 Oreos, but for the most part, I won't go for an Oreo. They're not my favorite. And Hydrox, just keep that shit away from me altogether. I'm not on a computer, and thanks. I'm gonna be bisexual because I made a story before I became a YouTuber about a boy and girl. Like, I just wanted to know from a friend. Thank you so much. Hey, no problem, Lapis Lazuli. Yeah, I mean, you know, you can know young. I don't know. You seem to be under the impression that you're going to grow into one identity or the other, but it's like chances are if you feel one way or the other right now, that's the way it is. And like I said, if you feel another way tomorrow, then that's the way it is. So things change, people change. Hey, Janice. Okay, I said hi to Janice already. Smokey retracted. I live in UK. We have a major hurricane heading our way. Oh no, Tony. Bill doing math does not go well. Yeah, why am my math is all. I gotta start doing some like math quizzes. Let me see if Steam. Let me look at this. I was looking for puzzle games yesterday, and now let me see if there's a math quiz generator. Math fun. Let's just search for math on Steam. 80% off. Free to play would be great. Lowest price. Math fun demo. Madu Maths. What is Madu Maths? I'm trying to avoid accidentally advertising any hentai games on here, because that'll happen. Number hunt, odd even, divide and conquer. Ooh, that looks like a division game. That'd be hard as hell. Oh boy. GeoGebra? Oh, that's just a. That looks like it's a 3D modeling program. I don't want a demo. I want a real game. Madu Maths. The Hive is out. Honey, Becky the Queen. Completely free game, meticulously and specifically created to test the maths skills of kids ages 5 to 9. Yeah, I think that might be about my level. Project Skylab 2. What is this? Algebra 3-dimensional, engaging and non-isolating in the game. Stranded on the surface of Mars due to a catastrophic accident. Learn how to solve basic to advanced algebra problems in your pursuit to escape Mars. I'll give that a try. Yeah, I'm going to try Project Skylab 2 and see if I can get better at algebra in the near future. All right. Have you heard Florence Baptist Temple is a wonderful church, has a YouTube channel, Facebook, and Insta? Moonrot? No, I will not be looking at any churches. I appreciate the reference, but at this point in my life, any organized religious sort of deal that I have going on, I'm immediately going to be way too skeptical of to try it. But you know, if I'm feeling the spirit of the Lord in me, I'll be sure to check that one out first. Let's see. Tony, it won't be a hurricane by the time it hits us, just a storm. Ugh, still. Also, did you know it's Hispanic Heritage Month, September 15th through October 15th? Very off topic. Are you a graphic designer? Jade, I am more illustrator, but even then, I don't know. I don't know what I am anymore. I draw things sometimes, and I haven't worked professionally as an illustrator. I've worked professionally as a visual effects artist, kind of, a 3D compositor, I guess is the correct, and a colorization artist. But I have not done professional illustration work. Well, I guess I have. For small projects, not for large corporations. So, graphic design is probably my weakest area. I'm very weak in sort of balance and I don't know, font stuff and all that. Like, I'm real bad at layout. Like, but you know, we're getting better. We're all practicing. That's what it is. What are you doing tonight, tomorrow, Mr. Loki? Tonight, I'm gonna do another stream around like 4 o'clock California time. Let's say 4 for now. It'll probably be 5. Who knows? Let's see. Do you know? Okay, what are you doing? PGC isn't interested. That's correct, Carol. Introverted dinosaur. He's 15. Yeah, getting kicked out of the house at 15 is rough. I like Thor and Loki. Well, yeah, we all like Thor and Loki, Lindsay. That's not the case over here. 16 and 17, you can get a full-blown job, get paid. When in Ireland, you're 15, get a part-time job, you'll make money and still go to school. Yeah, smoking courts. I don't know. I mean, here in America, like getting kicked out of the house at 15 is basically like sentencing someone to homelessness for at least a year or two, at least, if not for life. It's real hard to dig yourself out of a situation where you don't have someone supporting you financially as an American teenager. Like, because businesses are basically hiring adults in the positions that teenagers used to occupy to get a job at, you know, a convenience store or a department store. It's like half the time they want retail experience, and it's like, what about this? Should be my first job. Like, I mean, Walmart will hire you and pay you like $6 an hour or something, enough to buy, like, enough to work all day and buy your own lunches while you're at work. Like, that's what it is to work at Walmart. And then they're like, oh, you're not making enough money, huh? You should just go find some government programs to help you survive, because we're just here to get work out of you, and that's it. Good to know. Spider-Man is staying with the MCU. Yeah, sure, Nolan. I mean, it seems like they've been doing a pretty good job with that. So why not keep Spider-Man in the MCU? I suck at math as much as H.P. Lovecraft does. Was he really bad at math? Bye, Tony. If it's algebra, run fast. Moonra, I'm a Christian too, but I live in one of those extremely anti-gay racist places. Oh my god. Do you watch Thor? Yeah, I have. I've seen all the Thor movies. I live in Piedmont of North Carolina, very conservative. Oof, man. Yeah, North Carolina can be tricky territory. My friend, though, I'm against the choices that people who are in the gay category choose. I will continue to love them even though they make me sad. Yeah, Moonra, I don't think it's really a choice. I think a person who has a gender or sexual identity that's like a cat being a cat, or a dog being a dog, or a person being a person, like looking like what you look like it's just the way it goes. I don't think it's a choice. I don't think it's something to be fought, and I don't think it's something to be changed by anyone but the person who's living in that body and that mind. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, just give that some more thought. I think I would urge you to not just look around and say, hey, whoever you are, like, I don't approve, but it's like, you don't need to approve. Like, they're not looking for your approval. They're just looking to live how they're going to live. And it shouldn't make you sad. Gay people love being gay. I should say queer people, whatever you identify as, queer, bisexual, asexual, any part of that whole spectrum. Like, they love being who they are, as long as no one's making them miserable about it or telling them that they're saddening the people around them about it. Like, no one should be sad about it. They're just living their life. Do you have a girlfriend? I do. Her name is Amada. Sometimes she tunes in. Both my parents work at Walmart. Yeah, Jade, I mean, it's like, I don't know where in the hierarchy your parents are. I worked at Walmart myself when I was a teenager. I quit after a week because it was such a miserable place to work. And it was like, I don't know, you had to do all these things with like a day's training that was given to you by even like the 90s standards by an old computer. And it was just miserable. Oh god, I hated working at Walmart. I'm not very good at writing words. It's alright, Moonra. We're here for you. Just get your asses over here. My sister works at McDonald's. She gets paid, I don't know what 11:30 translates to. But yeah, I mean, if you're in a country where McDonald's is forced to pay their employees well, like, that's great. But man, America hates that concept. America hates knowing that a McDonald's employee is making enough money to feed their children. Like, because America wants to say, if someone doing a less skilled job is making as much as the person who's doing a more skilled job, then the person doing the more skilled job is being disrespected, and therefore the person in the less skilled job should be punished for it by having their wages lowered so that things are more fair. And it's like, no, that has nothing to do with anything. But yeah, that's kind of what the entire fair wage conversation looks like today in America, is punishing the less skilled for being less skilled, and asking them to either get better at things naturally or pay for more education that they can't because they work in a less skilled job that refuses to pay them. It's this terrible conversation that's happening. Said so on his biographics channel that talked about Lovecraft. Oh, that's really funny, Nolan. I would love to watch a H.P. Lovecraft thing. I watched Thor 2. He's so cool. You're so cute. Oh, thanks, Lindsay. Overly Sarcastic Productions channel. Okay. Yeah, man. It's not the American government. It's the American people. Like, the government is a reflection of the people that vote in officials and policies. Like, it's not the government is designed to be bad. It's that there are just a whole group of people with a mentality that just don't like the idea that other people exist, and no one. America, capitalism. Yeah. I mean, capitalism feeds it all. So does evangelical religion. So this is my extremely California liberal morning broadcast today. Do you know what Pride Month is? I do, Lapis Lazuli. I don't partake too much in the Pride Festival stuff just because I don't go out for much regardless. But yeah, I'm supportive of Pride Month. Watch a video about Pride Month and, well, whoever's bisexual, time to get feelings for them. Sometime get feelings for them. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Don't base your identity around what you think it should be. Really examine your feelings, and if something feels right, then it feels right, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But don't take ideas off of what you saw on TV or on the internet about people at Pride Month look like they're doing. What you be up to, Mr. I'm doing this, it turns out. Overly sarcastic, so American government. I, as an American, absolutely hate America. Yeah, inverted dinosaur, I don't know. I can't say that I hate America, but I do see a lot of really terrible things that are happening, and I hope they change soon. Hope there's some big changes soon, and you know what I'm talking about. Then there are some that are great. Yeah, Smoky Quartz. We're all just doing what we can. Have you watched Doctor Who? I have not. Doctor Who, I'm not interested. Just looking at it, I know that the low budget, sort of like, it's sort of like we got a little sparkly thing to happen, and there's a robot that's really just a remote-controlled vacuum cleaner or whatever. I don't want to watch Doctor Who. Fell in love with my best friend. She knows it. Well, cool. I hope that maybe when you're both secure in how you feel, you can move forward supporting and loving each other. I hope. But don't rush into anything. If you're still young, you don't need to be trying to grow up fast and get experiences under your belt that you're not ready for. Go at your own pace. I have seen Umbrella Academy, Inverted Dinosaur. I liked Umbrella Academy. That one actually had a pretty decent budget and interesting characters. A little confusing at first, but once we got to the end, I was definitely into it. So here's what I'm thinking, guys. I am going to stream later today, and I hope that you're there in the afternoon. And if you're not, that's cool too. You don't need to apologize to me. You don't need to tell me if you're not going to be able to make it. But if you can tune in, I'll be glad to see you there. And if not, then I'll see you next week. But until then, I'm going to look at this algebra game that also looks like a first-person shooter and maybe solve some algebra problems. So you guys have a good day. I like anime a little bit, Lindsay. Not a ton though. There's a couple ones that I like more than others. Until then, everybody have a good one, and I will talk to you again soon. Where's my color source? Miss you, love you, bye.